What if I told you there's one number, just a single critical number, that most business owners have never even calculated? But knowing it, well, it can completely change how you see your business, your future, and the bridge that connects the two. So, let's figure out what it is.
Let that sink in for a second. For an entrepreneur, financial freedom isn't really about pinching pennies or just maxing out a retirement account. The path to the life you really want after your business, it runs directly through the value you've built right inside of it.
Which, of course, leads to a very personal question. So in the next few minutes, we're going to walk through a really simple way to find your answer.
So why does this matter so much? Well, it all starts with this unique challenge that pretty much every business owner faces, a lot of times without even realizing it. See, unlike an employee with a steady 401k, your wealth and your income are all tied up in your company. So trying to save enough cash on the side to fund your future, it's kind of like trying to fill a swimming pool with a garden hose, when your business is the fire hydrant sitting right there next to it. You've got to turn on the hydrant.
Okay, let's get specific. The key to unlocking this whole idea is a term called the wealth gap.
It's really a two-part idea. First, you've got your wealth goal. Think of that as the magic number, the total amount you need invested, so you can live off the returns forever without that original pot of money ever shrinking. Then, you've got your wealth gap, and that's just the distance between your goal and the personal assets you have today outside of your business.
Okay, this is where the rubber meets the road. I really want you to follow along with this. If you have a calculator on your phone or even just a piece of paper handy, go ahead and grab it. We're going to do this together. It's a super simple 4-step process. We'll figure out what you need, what that means your target number is, where you are right now, and then finally, what the difference is. Ready? Let's do it.
To make this real, let's just walk through an example. Let's imagine an owner who wants a certain lifestyle after they sell their company.
All right, step 1 is deciding on your desired annual income. What do you want to live on each year after you've exited? For our example, let's say that number is a nice, round $400,000.
Now for step 2. How do you turn that yearly income into a total wealth goal? Well, we use a classic financial planning rule of thumb called the 4% rule. You just take your desired income and you divide it by 0.04.
And there you have it. That gives us our wealth goal, $10 million. That's the target. That's the total amount our owner needs to have in investable assets. Okay, step 3 is to figure out where you are right now. We need to subtract your current net worth. But, and this is the crucial part, you do not include the value of your business in this step. We're only looking at personal assets, things like stocks, real estate, cash.
And that brings us to the final step, the big reveal. Let's say our owner has $2 million in personal assets. We take that $10 million goal, subtract the $2 million they already have, and there it is, an $8 million wealth gap. That is the number, that's the job their business needs to do. Now I know, seeing a number like that can be, well, a little overwhelming. So before you panic, it is absolutely essential that we put this calculation into the proper context. Look, remember, this is what you'd call a back-of-the-napkin calculation. It's just a starting point, designed to get you thinking. Your real, final number is going to depend on your specific goals and spending habits, which, by the way, should be outlined in a formal personal plan. And most importantly, you should always work with a professional financial advisor to really dial in your critical number. So what do you do with this number? Well, the most powerful step is to change how you see it. It's not some scary gap. It's a clear goal. It gives your business a tangible target to aim for. And this is why we started where we did. Your business isn't just your job, right? It's the engine. It is the one asset that is specifically built to close this gap and fund the rest of your life. Once you know your number, things like getting a proper business valuation or planning your exit, they're no longer these someday tasks. They become your most critical strategic priorities because they are the direct path to closing your gap. And that leaves us with one final, really powerful question to consider. Are the decisions you're making today, the way you're growing, the way you're structuring your company, are they all aligned with the ultimate goal of building a business that's valuable enough to close your personal wealth gap? Because knowing your number is the very first step to making sure the answer is yes.